Just what was your takeaway from Saturday? How do you feel about the team's kind of effort and performance in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm just going to continue to repeat myself here, but, it's tough. Like, you're just in a stretch where, like, everything that seems to possibly go wrong just kind of goes wrong. I mean, I think, we played terrible. I didn't think that we didn't compete. Just thought we had a couple of bad bounces and then a couple of bad breakdowns. And, when we have those breakdowns, the puck just seems to be ending in the back of our net. So, we just got to keep grinding, trying to find a way here and just to break through and just get that feeling back in the room.
What can a game like tomorrow night do? There'll be buzz in the building in Montreal. What can that do for your group to kind of find what it is you got?
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for us to go in and big rival and a great atmosphere and just go in and compete, play hard-nosed hockey, find a way to get the job done. And that's really all it is.
Ever since you've been here, you pretty much haven't gone through a stretch like this. What have been like for you personally?
Yeah, it's never easy. It's tough. I mean, you're going to go through ups and downs throughout the year. Obviously, we've had a little bit more downs than ups this year, but for myself personally, I think the whole group is just trying to stay composed, stay with it, try to just fight your way out of it, grind your way out of it, especially when things really aren't going well. I think it just kind of urges everybody to just do the little things a little bit harder and a little bit more complete.
For you, your offense obviously took down this year. It's not all about those numbers, though. Just what's your sense of your game this season?
I mean, there's been ups and downs too. I thought it took a little bit for me to get going, and then I thought December was, I kind of started to find my game a bit, and then it's been tough lately. Wow, some water? Yeah. It's stuck in my throat here.
Take it down.
Wow.
You want me to re-ask?
You're going to be minute here.
No worries. Take your time. Let's get some water in here.
My throat here. Thank you. It's better. Like I said, I thought December I started to find my game, and then obviously since we've been back, it's been a tough stretch for everybody, myself personally, and us as a team. We've been having a tough time creating offense, finding back in the net, and that's always tough. To win games, and the puck's obviously going in our net more than it's going in the opponent's net.
What do you focus on when you're going through a stretch on a personal level, like with your game?
I'm just trying to still play like a complete game. I mean, I know, especially at home, you're going to get a lot of tough matchups. You get a lot of D-zone starts, stuff like that. So just trying to stick with it and compete on both sides of the puck and go from there.
How do you keep the group positive as a captain?
I think it's just in practice days in the room, keeping the energy up. I mean, nobody's, we're not going to hang our heads, obviously. As hard as it is and as frustrating as it is, we got to stick together as a group and just continue to play and grind our way out of this. And I think the best way to do that is with the right attitude. It's not going to help if guys go off on their own page, or if guys, if the energy's down in the room or whatever. I mean, you got to try to keep that up as much as possible.
John Cooper was saying that he thinks it's going to be like a one-off season for the Leafs. The core you guys have to be back in the mix. I know it's hard maybe to be optimistic now, but how do you feel about the future? Do you see a path relatively soon back to contention for the team?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I remember the Lightning as the playoffs one year, and then the next year they're back at the top of the division, competing. Kind of look at a team like Boston this year that had a down year, and same thing, they're in the mix. Sometimes that happens, and we've been fortunate to be in the playoffs for the last 9 years or so, and you kind of hope that it's like what you're saying, it's a one-off, and we can continue to build and continue to be in contention. Obviously, the focus is on right now, and then trying to get our game back and trying to get in the win column, but. Obviously it's something you think about.
That third line today, Auston, equivalent between Callan and Roberts, and the ability to scoot around and bring that speed and that energy, I suppose.
Yeah, all three of those guys can move and skate, and they might be smaller in size, but I think all three of them compete really hard and play with a lot of speed. So I'm excited to see what they can do.
You had the injury last year. Obviously, it was a real challenge. How have you felt this year physically? Are you happy at least on that side that the body's been okay, or how have you felt?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you're always going to have bumps and bruises, and that's just the nature of the season. I mean, the games just pile up, and it's a grind, but it's for the most part been healthy, and it's a positive.
was it like getting to Jason's kid the other day?
It was good. Yeah, it was really cool. I loved watching him growing up, and kind of had some mutual people that we knew. So it was cool to meet somebody like that, who's obviously the playing career that he had and now coaching on the other side. But it was cool to get to talk to him a little bit and meet him for sure.